Welcome to Parallel Universe. He taught millions how to face chaos. He built his life on a simple but powerful idea: meaning isn't found in comfort, it's forged through struggle. That responsibility gives life direction. That if you want to confront darkness, you don't look away, you face it head-on. And then, suddenly, he disappeared. No farewell. No announcement. Just silence, where one of the most influential voices in the world used to be. Jordan Peterson wasn't just another public figure. He was a clinical psychologist, a former Harvard professor, and the author of 12 Rules for Life, a book that changed millions of lives. For decades, he helped people navigate addiction, grief, and meaninglessness. He showed them how to pull themselves back from the edge. But here's the real question: what happens when the man giving the advice can't follow it himself? In 2025, Peterson was rushed into intensive care. For weeks, he couldn't even speak to his family. The man whose words held people together lost his voice. But this story doesn't start in a hospital. It begins in a small, freezing town in Alberta, Canada. A quiet boy, surrounded by books, asking questions most people avoid. He wasn't born into privilege. His father was a teacher, his mother a librarian. What he did have was curiosity, and an early exposure to writers like George Orwell and Ayn Rand, thinkers who forced him to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature. That curiosity shaped everything. He studied political science, then psychology, searching for answers to deeper questions: why people fall into destructive patterns, and what gives life meaning. That journey led him to Harvard, then to the University of Toronto, where he spent years teaching and working with patients. For a long time, he wasn't famous. Just a professor with intense ideas. Then in 2016, everything changed. A few simple videos, recorded at his desk, sparked global debate. He challenged cultural norms, spoke about free speech, and refused to back down. Within months, he became one of the most talked about intellectuals in the world. By 2018, his book was everywhere. Millions were listening. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. His wife was battling cancer. His schedule became relentless. The pressure kept building. And then came the breaking point: health complications, medication dependency, and a near collapse that led to controversial treatment overseas. He disappeared again. When he returned, he wasn't the same. And just as life seemed to stabilize, another crisis hit in 2025. A hidden mold exposure triggered severe illness, leading to pneumonia, sepsis, and neurological damage. He spent months in hospitals, fighting for his life, again. This time, recovery was slower. Harder. Uncertain. Today, he's no longer on stage every day. He's at home, surrounded by family, rebuilding piece by piece. The man who once spoke about strength and resilience is now living it in silence. And maybe that's the most powerful part of his story. Because it reminds us of something uncomfortable, but real: no philosophy, no success, no discipline makes you invincible. So here's something to think about. What do you do when the very things that once made you strong are no longer enough? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story meant something to you, don't forget to like and subscribe, because sometimes, the biggest lessons don't come from what people say, but from what they survive.